Have you ever stopped and wondered if one small act of kindness, the little things, actually makes a difference? Well, today, we're diving into a simple but really powerful parable that gets right to the heart of that question. It shows us how the smallest gestures can create ripples we might never even see. This right here, this is the core idea we're going to unpack. It's this promise that our impact isn't just limited to what's right in front of us. So let's see how a simple story can bring this amazing concept to life.
All right, so our story begins, but we're not starting with some larger-than-life hero. Nope. Our hero's strength isn't in a sword or some superpower. It's in the faint but steady glow of a single, simple lantern.
So this is Asha, and that's her lantern. It's not a brilliant spotlight, right? It's just a faint, steady little glow. Actually, some folks in her village kind of wondered why she even bothered carrying it around. But as we're about to find out, that small, maybe even seemingly insignificant light, well, it's more important than anyone could possibly guess.
Every story needs something that kicks the action into gear, and in this quiet, peaceful setting, a catalyst is about to show up. Something that's going to test the courage of not just our hero, but the entire village. This is where things get interesting.
And then, chaos. A sudden, violent storm just sweeps in and plunges the whole village into total darkness. We're talking roads flooded, all the homes are dark, and you can just feel the fear starting to creep in. It's one of those moments of complete helplessness. In moments of real crisis, we all face a choice. Do we hunker down and protect ourselves, or do we step forward and help? This right here is the turning point of the whole story, where one person's decision is going to change absolutely everything. And this is the logical choice, right? It's what most of us would do. There's a crazy storm raging outside, so the safest, smartest place to be is inside. No one would have blamed Asha for a second if she had just stayed put. And this is the moment it all changes. She makes the choice that goes against all logic, against all fear. With nothing but her small, faint lantern, she steps out into the storm. It's just this quiet, incredibly powerful act of courage. And look at what she's actually doing. She isn't performing some grand, dramatic rescue. Instead, it's a series of small, practical things. She helps an elderly man get home. She gives her dry scarf to a child who's shivering. She just leads her neighbors through the dark. Each little action is a tiny victory against this overwhelming chaos. So, okay, one person has made a choice, but the story doesn't end with her. Oh no, this is where her single act of courage starts to multiply. You can literally see the chain reaction unfold here. It all starts with Asha's one single act. That act helps one person, but, and this is so crucial, other people see it. That one small light moving through the darkness, it kind of gives them permission to be brave too. So they bring out their own candles, their own lamps. Courage, it turns out, is pretty contagious. And this is the big reveal, the powerful conclusion. The village wasn't saved by a single heroic flash of lightning or some giant beacon from a lighthouse. It was saved by the collective glow of dozens of small, individual lights, all working together. This contrast is everything. Think about it. A single, powerful light source is fragile. If it fails, everybody is plunged back into darkness. But a whole network of many small lights, that's resilient. If one goes out, the others are still there, creating this warm, human glow that's literally powered by the community itself. So, what's the big takeaway from this simple story? Let's zoom out from the parable and talk about the principle and see how this applies to our own lives. This brings us to this really cool concept called the kindness ripple. It's basically the principle that a single action, just like Asha stepping into the storm, doesn't just have one effect. It creates these ripples of positive change that spread out in ways we can't always see or predict. You know that faint little lantern that Asha carried? Well, that's you, and that's me. It's whatever capacity for good we have on any given day. And yeah, maybe it feels small or insignificant or even a little faint sometimes. But what this story shows us is that the brightness isn't the point. The point is choosing to carry it out into the darkness. And so we end with a question, not just an answer. The lesson here isn't about trying to solve all the world's problems at once. It's about having the courage to take that one small step with your one small light and just trusting in the ripple effect. So the only question left is, what's the first step your light is going to take?